If you've ever felt like you're constantly behind before the day even starts, you're trying to manage a home, take care of kids, keep up with your responsibilities, figure out how to exercise and eat healthy, and still somehow be a peaceful, joyful mother, this is for you. I think when dealing with overwhelm, first, a lot of it is just practical and scheduling and finding time in your day to get things done and finding time that you're just wasting and replacing that with productive things. But I also think some of it could be a heart issue and just a stewardship issue. So today I want to walk you through some rhythms and routines and just random tips I've picked up along the way that have helped me not to feel overwhelmed in motherhood. And in times where I do, I kind of know the tools that I can pull from to help me with that. So I feel like the first thing that we have to cover is if you find yourself overwhelmed, the first thing I would ask is if you have been spending regular time in the Word and in prayer. It's amazing how clearly I have seen times in my life where I was consistently in the Word and praying and did not feel overwhelmed at all, and honestly felt so much peace and just like a calmness, compared to seasons where I neglected my prayer life or neglected being in the Word and definitely felt much more overwhelmed. It's one of those things where you can convince yourself that you don't have time to read the Bible, when in actuality, that's like the thing you need most for everything else. So that's like my first encouragement, is to make sure that you're reading your Bible daily, praying constantly. And then even with that, having like a specific prayer in the morning, I found has been very helpful with me to make sure that my heart is in the right place as I'm heading into homeschooling and cooking meals and disciplining and parenting my children. Because there's just, I feel like, certain things that I find that I need to pray for and almost be reminded myself through prayer. So I'll leave down below a prayer that I pray frequently for myself, if that's helpful to you. But also a few reminders before everything else. One, your time ultimately belongs to the Lord, so steward it well. So the time that we are given, it's the Lord's time, and that's something that I have to remind myself of. For example, there have been times that maybe one of my children didn't have a great attitude when we were doing something, and it took so much longer than it needed to. But then the reminder that that time is not even mine, that time is the Lord's, and that's where the Lord wants me, really just made me a lot calmer and helped me control my emotions so much more, because I realized this is where the Lord wants me in this moment, and this is not a waste of time, even though it feels like it is. Also, too, you are a finite creature. You cannot do everything. Don't set expectations for yourself, assuming that you can get everything done, because you can't. Just remember that as you're going throughout your day and feeling overwhelmed, and realize that it's okay to let some things go because you're not able to do everything. Also, another reminder before the rest is a joyful, present mother is a greater blessing to your family than a perfectly clean home. That's another thing actually in prayer that I remind myself of. Like, Lord, help me remember that shepherding my child's hearts and having a joyful attitude and showing them the fruits of the Spirit is so much more important than my floors being clean or everything being put perfectly away. Another thing is that motherhood is a means of sanctification, and you can either receive it as that or resist it and drift into self-pity and bitterness and resentment. And then also, I've quoted this before on here, but Colossians 3:23, whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You are serving the Lord Christ. So that's just another good reminder, kind of similar to your time is the Lord's. Remember that the person you're ultimately serving and everything you're doing is Christ. And keeping that at the forefront of my mind, I feel like helps my attitude so much more. So now that we've gotten through some of those reminders, my first practical tip for helping with overwhelm in motherhood is to clear the mental clutter. So I know for me that if I have all these different things going on in my brain, it can just feel so overwhelming. And a very practical thing I can do is just to write it down on paper. I personally have a planner. I'll link the planner that I have down below. I've also shown in other videos how I make like cleaning checklists for myself. I'll link that down below too if you want to look at that for inspiration. In my planner, I like to write the things I need to do that day, and as I'm going, cross them off. And if something didn't get done that day, I just move it to the next day and then keep my list going. In times where I have extra time to do things, then I can cross a lot off my list. And maybe there's a day where I didn't have much time to do things and my list is pretty full. Speaking of being overwhelmed in motherhood, let me quickly save you from some future overwhelm by giving you the best idea for Mother's Day this year. This year, I got my mother a gift from Ana Luisa. I've shared Ana Luisa here multiple times on my channel. I wear their jewelry every day, literally never take it off. It's tarnish free, it's hypoallergenic, so you don't have to worry about it tarnishing when you're in the shower or taking it off at the gym. So I really just never take mine off. Right now for Mother's Day, you can get this cute Mother's Day packaging so that it comes gift ready to your door. It has a little card and the cutest gift box. And these are the earrings that I picked out for my mother. These earrings are the Julia earrings, and I feel like they're just your like classic gold hoop, but they're like thick and really beautiful. I know my mom will love these, and they look like luxury jewelry, but for like a fraction of the cost. So it's very affordable. And right now for their Mother's Day sale, you get 25% off everything. You also get a free limited edition jewelry travel case when you spend over $125 or more. So definitely the time to buy a gift for your mom or a gift for yourself. You could also like send a link to your husband if you need to give him some ideas for Mother's Day. I know I've definitely done that in the past. Also, in other news, Ana Luisa sent me a couple items as well. First, I got the Capri necklace. So I just know this is going to be another new piece that I just wear every day. They also sent me, I think it's pronounced Toda. They're just these really cute like double hoops. But this is another place where Ana Luisa just shines because it's everyday jewelry, but it also just elevates your look so well and just makes you feel like really cute even when you're just walking around the house baking some bread or like working in the garden. All of these are like so cute stacked together. I just love these earrings and I love this necklace. So if you're still looking for a Mother's Day gift, either for yourself or for your own mother or your mother-in-law, this is definitely the gift you should get, and this is definitely the time to get it. But another thing is they do have fast shipping, so if you do need to buy a gift last minute, that's also an option with Ana Luisa. I think this is just a great like sentimental gift that you could give to your mother, and I just know she'll love it. So go click the link in my description box to check out Ana Luisa and shop the Mother's Day sale before all of these pieces sell out, because I'm sure they will. Another very practical tip to help with overwhelm and motherhood is to just do the hard things first. That's something my dad likes to say lately. But if there's something that just takes a minute or two to complete, just go ahead and do it then and there. So for example, if you walk past the sink and there's 2 dishes in it, just go ahead and like rinse them out and put them in the dishwasher. Or specific to me, if there's like something on the steps that goes upstairs and I'm already going upstairs, just go ahead and grab it, drop it off where it goes on my way to wherever I'm going. These like little habits really do make a huge impact when you just have the mindset of just do it right now. Another specific example for me is sometimes I'll do all of the laundry, put everyone's laundry away, and then I'll have my own little pile. And for some reason, my pile I'll like set aside. And it's like, no, sometimes I just realize like I can do that right now, and then I just put it away and I'm so happy I do. Next, have anchors throughout your day. So I've talked about the book Atomic Habits many times on my channel. If you haven't read it, read it right now. Like, it is such a good book, but it's all about creating habits and just very practical ways to create habits in your life. And one of the things that he talks about is having anchors throughout your day that you can attach habits to. So a very common example is if you're someone who has coffee every morning, decide that when you have your coffee, you're going to read your Bible. So attach the habit of reading your Bible to an anchor that you already have throughout your day. So for me, there are just like some non-negotiable things that I do every day. And one of them is when I wake up. I think I've shared this before, but I literally kick all of my blankets off my bed before I even get out of the bed, just because I know that if my blankets are on the floor, then I will not walk out of my room without making my bed. But for some reason, if I leave them on the bed in a pile, then maybe I'll think like, oh, I'll just do that later. But if they're on the floor, I just like can't leave them. So first thing I do, kick the blankets off the bed. When I enter the kitchen in the morning, the first thing I do is start unloading the dishwasher. Now my boys get to do that with me, so that's fun. And I'm kind of passing that responsibility off to them slowly. I also always close down my kitchen when I go to bed. So I just clean the whole kitchen and make sure I like clean the floors, the counters, put everything away. And that just makes my mornings so much nicer. And when I close my kitchen, I also start the dishwasher so that it's ready to be put away in the morning. Another tip I've learned is you can set a laundry delay. So at night, I'll set my washer to start, but I'll put maybe a 10-hour delay on it so that it starts washing around 6 a.m. and it's finished by the time I wake up. So then I can switch it in the morning before I go downstairs, and then my laundry is dry by the time I come back upstairs. So just having little anchors throughout your day is so nice because then you can attach other habits to them. And then after a while, the habits that you're trying to attach become new anchors and you can attach new things. Next tip is to reduce decision fatigue. I feel like this is helpful when it comes to things like a cleaning schedule, like I mentioned before. I'll link that video in the upper right-hand corner. But really, I feel like this is most helpful when it comes to mealtime. So things like repeating the same breakfast and lunch. We kind of have the same breakfast that we just use on repeat, and it does make our mornings so much simpler. For dinner, I like to have like a different category assigned to each day. So like Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, Monday is just protein and carb, Friday is pizza night. Things like that just make dinner time so much easier. And once again, just removes all of that mental clutter from your brain, and you don't even have to think about those things. Another thing is take time to decide for yourself what will make this day successful for me. On my little cleaning checklist, it's not just cleaning, it has like read my Bible, read a book, exercise. Like there's just certain things where if I get all those things done, then I am happy and it feels like a win. And then I'm happy to let other things go because I got like the main things that I prioritize taken care of. So that might be helpful for you to just think about what are your top priorities every day? What are the things that if you complete it, it will feel like a win? So I know for me, reading my Bible, being on top of kind of the necessary things like the dishes, the laundry, exercising, etc., completing those things will just make my day feel like a win. Next is to just take care of your body. Make sure you're drinking enough water. That's a big one for me right now. I have not been drinking enough water, and I feel so much better right now that I have been drinking so much more water. It should be obvious, but it hasn't been to me lately. But that, and then it is amazing what a walk can do when you feel overwhelmed. So walking, exercising, going to the gym, those are things that after I exercise or get a walk or something, I just feel totally recharged. And, it's science. Don't ask me for the science, but I know it's science. So just check it out. Trust me. So the last thing is to just be open-handed and trust the Lord. No day is going to go exactly as you planned. I know most days actually don't. God is sovereign. He's in control, even over all of the things that interrupted you that day. And you are exactly where He has you for a reason, for your good, for your sanctification, for His glory. I feel like I have so much more that I could say, so let me know if you're interested in a part 2. But I will leave you another one of my favorite verses, Proverbs 16:9, and it says, "The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps." So it's good for us to make plans. It's good for us to have little schedule charts and anchors and all that. But ultimately, the Lord is in control, and it's good to just be open-handed. And that honestly helps so much with the overwhelm and just helps you just, be a little chill about things. So I hope this video was encouraging. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I'll see you in the next one. Also, don't forget to check out Ana Luisa. I'll have them linked below so you can check out their Mother's Day deals and hopefully get you or your mom a nice gift.